pleased to have Namya Joshi with us today for this session. I would just like to introduce Namya to all of you. She is just an 8th grade student studying in Satpal Mittal School, India. But if you would like to know about her, there are many things, and I have just picked out some of them. The biodata is vast, so I'll just like to focus on some of the points. She's a gold medalist in International English Olympiad. For now, she has completed more than 30 Google and Microsoft certifications. She's been invited for World Children Conference. She is a TEDx speaker. She's been honored by Satya Nadella, CEO Microsoft, for creating course material in Minecraft Education Edition. And today she is going to introduce the same. She is going to share the same with us. She has been speaker at Chaos 2019 Finland. She is the winner of UNESCO Club's Worldwide Youth Multimedia Competition. She's been a panelist at Asia Berlin Summit, and very recently she has won Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar. This is the highest civilian award award for under 18 in India. So here we have Namya Joshi. Normally she is known as Wonder Namya. And if you look at the biodata, the Wonder Namya name is very apt. So Namya, the stage is yours now. Please go on with all you have to present. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for the introduction, and it's an honor to be sharing about Minecraft for a project that is going to create an impact in the entire world, that can bring happiness to the entire world. So it's an honor to be here. Okay, so shall I start sharing my screen to introduce everything about Minecraft?
Yes, sure, please.
Okay, just a second. Are you able to see my screen? It's a PPT, first of all.
Yes, now we can see it.
Okay. So, hi everybody, I'm Namya Joshi and I currently study in grade 8 in Satpal Middle School, India. And today we'll be learning basically about how we can use Minecraft. And I'm also going to bring up the concepts about happiness while I'm going to build each and every concept. I'll be telling how this can be involved while you're building something in a Minecraft about happiness. So we'll go step by step from learning from the beginning and then going to the middle and then in the end. So I'll be focusing on the education lesson for today because that's what you'll be using. So let's begin. So first of all, I need to tell you why can you use Minecraft and what is so important that people are inclined to using Minecraft in the education these days. So the first thing that comes up is student engagement. Now that is because it helps the students to have better communication skills because they collaborate in the classrooms. So I can give you an example. You have one of your friend who is never speaking in the classes because the person is shy and not interested maybe. But these tools like Minecraft can help the person to engage more because that creates curiosity. Because trust me, you'll believe that when you read through the book, you have no curiosity because you have everything just written up. You have to learn that and give the exam. But when you see the same thing that has been created, that is something it's not written up, you have to understand it. So if I bring up happiness, probably you can have many paragraphs written about happiness and why happiness is important. So you have no interest after reading it. Okay, I read it and that's all. But when I see that what exactly it is, that's what made me realize that okay, now I understand because I'm able to see it, and that's when I can incorporate the things in my mind. So that's wherein you can have engaging students better in the classrooms. Then we have collaboration. So when you have engagement, you obviously have collaboration. So probably someone doesn't like to speak. But if tools gamified tools like Minecraft are being used, that help the child to speak up his thoughts, and if he has something to ask the teacher, he can go up and ask the teacher okay, I don't understand this. And probably if you're sitting with your friend making some words, you can collaborate with the person and share your ideas And next is creative exploration. So it helps you to think deeply about a concept like why is it used? What could I do here to make it look better? And how can it be used in real life? So different things that come up in your mind to make it look better. That's when you use your creative thoughts. And more you use it, the more better your world will become. And lastly, it brings us student-centered outcomes. So herein we can talk about probably like if you don't understand anything while you read it, but when you see it, you can understand it easily. For example, let's take up science, chemistry, states of matter, the easiest concept. Says there's somebody who doesn't even understand that. It's okay not to understand anything. It's not anything wrong in that. And then when you see it, like this is solid, this is a liquid, and this is a gas. I can understand it because I'm able to see it. I get curious, and that's where my brain likes to see, not read. So here's why. These are the four main reasons that I believe why Minecraft is important in the classrooms. So here you go, these four reasons. So now let's talk more about the features of the education edition. The first one is you have your own access and personalization. You can get an account, you can set up your world, bring learners and students like using them as creating lessons and also demonstrating student learning. So when you bring learning to students, you can demonstrate that at the same time as well. So I'm sure you want to give it a try, so let's get you signed up. So I've opened the sites for you, I'll go step by step. So first of all is the education edition. You have to go to education.minecraft.net. If you can see, you have lots of options over here. So you go to the support option and click upon download. So it will load and open the download page for you. Now you have options for choosing how you want to download it. So probably you want it for Windows, like I'm using the Windows edition. So you can click on download now for the desktop edition. You can also choose the Windows Store version from here and get it done. If you have a Chromebook, you can use the Chromebook. And if you have a Mac or iPad, you can use that from here as well. Also, like you can use your Office 365 ID, like the ID you use for Teams. That's what you're supposed to use for Education Edition, and it will be free for you. And I'll also tell you, like, if you don't want to use the Education Edition, you can also go to the official site of Minecraft. That's minecraft.net. You can go to games, click on Minecraft, and here you'll be having like the PC edition and the Java edition. So you can choose like if you want Realms Plus, there is Java edition. You have lots of servers you can go through and many other things. So let's not focus on that for now. We have to go to Education edition. I was just telling, for example, if you needed some other version you want to work on, so you can choose that from here. And you have lots of editions you can choose of Minecraft. Also, if you forget the site of Minecraft, don't worry. When you go to minecraft.net and you click on games, you can still go to the Education edition because that's the third option you'll find here. And that will direct you to the Education edition website. So I hope you're clear. Till here, if you have any doubts, you may go on. Else we'll begin by how to build in Minecraft.
Okay, Name, you can go move forward. If they have any doubt regarding all these things, they'll just put it in the chat. So I'll be looking at it.
Sure. So this is how Minecraft Education Edition looks like when you open it. The version is 1.14.50 when you, so that will be like the latest version when you download it. If it's like the older version, you might get it updated. Otherwise, it already gets updated by itself. But if it's not updated, you might uninstall and install it again because probably there might be like a problem while you install it. So now this is how the first page when you open it looks like this. So this is like the first option, that's like your skin. So you can simply choose what kind of skin you want in this. And also if you know more about mods, you can use that to make your own skin. But that hardly matters, like you just have to build in the world, doesn't matter what skin you choose. Then you have switch accounts. So probably you have like a problem working on a single account, you can switch it up to use another account. But the problem, not the problem, but the thing is that Minecraft Education Edition is PC based. Now that means, for example, you have two laptops and you use your ID on a single laptop and then you make the world and you close it. But when you open that in the other laptop, you won't find the world there because it will be on the PC you built the world. So you can use your hard drive or the pen drive you use. You can just copy the word and import it in the Minecraft Education Edition. Then add the settings. So the basic settings like keyboard and mouse, you have the controller, the touch settings, you have the video settings, audio, like how much loud you want the music to be. I've just like done it to 0 right now, so you can hear my voice clearly. These are just like your active packs, and if you want more, those are like mods and so on. You can choose the language. You can you like for people using in India, you can like only use English, UK or US. But if like there's some of them using some other language, you can use. If you want French, Spanish, you can use that, whichever language you're comfortable with. Okay, so next you have like out of code. This is basically an introduction on using coding in Minecraft. And now let's come to the main option, that is play. So when you click upon play, you have certain 5 more options. The first one, I'll go from like the last to the first option, that's import. So like I said, that if you want to import a word on a different PC, you just have to export the word and you just click on import. It will open the file explorer for you and you can choose the word, click on open, and that will be in your words. You also have join my world, so this is when you're using multiplayer. So for example, you have to build your happiness world, so you need like people to join a single world probably and then build. So a person can host the world and you generate a 4-digit code wherein you probably like it's sign, cake, balloon, rain. It's not that, but I'm just telling you click on confirm. It will say like this does not like match any word because it was just a guess. When you host the word, you have to put the right one here and then you can join the person's word. It doesn't work every time, but it probably like you can then add the IP address. That works, but if it doesn't work, then probably you have to wait because there might be like a server error at the Education Edition's end. But that doesn't happen much often now, so you're lucky about that. Then you have view library. So you can actually see these words because this will give you inspiration about how you can use building structures in your world to make it look more attractive and to make the concept you're using more clearer while you're building the world. So like you have the first option, lessons. So herein you have lessons about different subjects that you study. Like you have science, in science which subject you want, you have maths, of which grade according to that, you have computer science, that's coding, you have language arts, that's like one of my favorite because the build structures are really beautiful and convey everything easily to us. You have history, art and design, digital citizenship is also there, that's a new thing that has been added. You must check these words out. And you have social and emotional learning, equity and inclusion, and so on. Then you have monthly build challenges. So this is an extra information for you because they like monthly they give you a challenge that you have to accomplish and build your own structure, and then you can tag Minecraft Education Edition, and they will publish your word on their site, like what video you've created. So it's a good like way to learn different concepts. So like you have probably be creative. So this was building a bee pond in a garden, but in a creative way you can make whatever you want. You also have this how to play. So if you forget something, I recommend you to go to start here. This will teach you how to go step by step to each and everything. But if you want to go into more detail, you have additional tutorials wherein you can go to like how to walk, how to move around and different things. Biomes and worlds are basically like having a single kind of world, like only grass, only desert, only forest. So if you're looking for like a singular biome where you want to build a world, for example, you want to build the world only in a world that's full of grass. So you could choose this. Otherwise, it's your wish the way you want to choose it. Yes, anybody has a doubt?
No, actually, somebody has forgotten to just mute the microphone. Okay, now. Sorry,
That's
Lavanya.
perfectly fine. Next is view my words. So here you have like all the words you've created. It'll like start getting automatically saved in view my words. So it's probably like when you not even save it, you don't have to worry because the word automatically gets saved. And if you like forget it and close Minecraft by mistake, there's no need to worry, it'll get saved on its own. And now let's come on the main thing that we're supposed to learn is how to create a word. So you can see this option here that's create new. After you click on that, you have certain two more options. The second one is templates. That means it will direct you to the library if you want to create the word from a library. If not, you can also create a new word of your own. So we click upon create new, and after that you can give your word name. So let's give it happiness because that's what we're here about. The default game mode. So in this, you have two kinds of game modes in the education edition, that is survival and creative. So survival is basically supposed to roam around and get the stuff for your own, fight the mobs, go to the end dragon, so stuff goes on. But a creative world is where you can build whatever from your own imagination, what you want to show the world, what you want to give as a message, and what you want to build as a lesson. So that's where you have like everything available to you. You just have to focus on building. Next is difficulty. It's like basically four kinds of difficulty modes. That's peaceful, easy, normal, and hard. So peaceful is like everything's peaceful, no mobs, nothing to disturb you, except like the normal mobs like the animals. Easy, normal, hard is where you will have zombies and other like stuff which are dangerous mobs. But if you're in a creative mode, they won't bother you because you're immortal. But if you're in survival, you have to like create shelter for yourself and get the stuff that you require. But if you want to build something and focus on building on that, so I recommend you using creative and peaceful. But if you want to play for like fun, then you can use that as well. Next is permission levels for students who join your world. Now this means what kind of permission you give them. Like visitor is a person who can only view the world, not destroy anything. So if you don't trust a person, you can like give visitor. But if it's your teacher, I will always recommend you to use operator, so that your teacher has the right of making changes if she wants. And member is like doesn't have the control but can build in your world. Next is world type. So we have again three kinds of worlds: flat, infinite, and old. A flat world is having only grass blocks, is infinite but only grass blocks. Infinite is, if you see a picture here, that's how it looks like. It has grass, it has plains, it has mountains, forests, deserts, and so on. An old world is having, it is similar to the infinite world, but it is finite. That means it's only having a specific space like a circle, but infinite is like infinite. It keeps on repeating itself. Next is show coordinates. So I hope you know about coordinates. It's basically your positions, like how in which direction you're going horizontal, in which direction you're going vertical, and how high you are. So X, Y, Z. You can show them when you're using your word. And I think that's it for now. And you can also like use always stay. So if you don't want like the day night cycle to move on, you can just stick to the day for the entire time you're building. And that's basically used when you have to focus on something, because at night time it becomes a little bit dull. So that's what I do every time when I have to like then start when my world is built. That's when I turn it off so that I don't have a problem while I'm building. Next is classroom settings. So if you want it to be a perfect weather, that means it won't rain, it won't thunder, it won't snow, it'll be just sunny. So you can do perfect weather. Alarm mobs are like the animals. I think we'll go for this for now. I don't want to like confuse you more, so that you can keep the basic things in your mind. So I hope you're clear till here. We'll click on play. Now this is how you host the world. So I host it and show you how it will look like. So hosting and playing is the same thing. Just the thing is like your world will get automatically hosted from here. You don't have to host it when you click the world. So I'll just check if you have any doubts for now.
One doubt is there, how to get this Minecraft Education Edition. How to get this app? One of the participants is asking. She joined late.
Yeah. So you can go to education.minecraft.net and you click on support. On support, you have download. You can choose the version from here. Like if you have a Mac, you have a Chromebook or the Windows version. I think that's it. I don't see any other doubt.
Yes. No other
Okay,
doubts.
so now let us start. So the first thing we're going to learn is how we can move around in the world. So the first of all, if you see like the bottom left corner, you have an option like H, show controls. I'm really sorry about that. Just a second. So that means if you forget something, that means how to move around, you just press H, the H key, and now you can see it shows you W forward, S back, and so on. So I'll keep it on while I'm explaining to you. So the first is how to move forward. So you have to press W and you can start moving forward. Then you have A, that'll take you to the left direction, S back, and D right. I'll repeat myself again, W forward, A left, S back, and D right. Then you have fly up, so you have to double tap on the space bar when you like just start your world. And when you double tap, you can see now I am flying. But when you want to come down, you can either use shift, or if you want to stop flying, you can use double tap again. Now there's a difference between stop flying and fly down. So you can see I stopped flying now. Now just check out this thing. On the top left corner, you have position -10, 4, 17. Now when I start flying, you can see my character, a small miniature of the character is there. So that means your flying ability is available. But now when I double tap again, it is gone. So I recommend you to use shift, because when you use shift, the flying ability is still there on you because it's not gone. But when you use double tap, that means it's gone. Now you just have to again double tap on it to start flying. Just a second. Okay, so now you have the main thing that you require is the inventory, from where you can get all the stuff. So you press E, and this is what your inventory looks like. You have many blocks, you have spawn eggs to spawn animals, mobs, you have different other things that we'll know in a while. So let's start by creating a small house. So if you can see, these are like small square boxes, but in Minecraft these are known as hot bar slots. At the time when you just cross this, you can only see 9. And if you want to scroll it, you just have to like scroll your mouse from here, so that you can scroll up and down. But in total you have 36. Now that's how when you come to the second option here, that's where you have 36, but you can only see 9. For example, you want 13 things, but you can't fit them up, so you can just come to this option, place the things, and when you have to like replace 2 items when you don't want something, so that you can use that. But if you like forget it, you can just like search it up and then replace it from here as well. So to get the thing, you just have to left click, move your mouse, no need to like drag it, just move your mouse normally, and then place it in one of the hotbar slots, again by left clicking, and close it across it. It's just like a normal click, no hard and fast rule in that. And then you scroll it, you can see it shows like oak wood planks, that's what its name is. So now if we like start building, we're going to learn how to place and destroy a block. Now, can you see this black wavy line on the screen? That's where you have to place or destroy a block. So like if I place a block, that's by right clicking on the mouse. And if I have to destroy something, I left click. And that's like the same rule that goes everywhere. When you have to place something, open something, you have to right click. But when you have to destroy something or remove something, you have to left click. So I hope that is clear. If not, you can then need to repeat again. I think that it's clear. So let's move on. So now, like we can start building a small house. So probably let's go by 8 by 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you might be wondering how am I placing while moving. So I'm placing, clicking on W, placing, W, placing. So that means I'm placing while I'm moving in a direction. Now I'll turn up to the other side. So I think it's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I turn it up. So you can say like the base of the house is kind of ready now, and we can make it like a bit bigger in size by adding more layers. So we can start doing that. So this was the second layer. Now if I like kind of talk about happiness in this, so if you see like we can actually create shelters for the needy people or the place or the ones who don't have places to live, and that can basically be like when you have the emergency situations like cyclones or droughts. So at that time people lose their houses mostly because of earthquakes. So we can create like some shelters wherein those people can be allowed to live. We can provide them with clothes so that they have proper clothing, proper food, proper sanitation. So that can be used as a concept for a person to be happy and also like live as a pure human soul. And if I talk about clothes, here we can also bring up the concept of minimalism. If you have heard that, it's like only using the stuff that is required and like not like buying too much. So here like we have clothes. So like probably someone just has like around 10 pairs of clothes. So that's or like only 4. That's enough because you don't need actually like 100 pairs of clothes because you'll end up using only a few of those and then the other will be like a waste of money. That money can be used like for giving that in charity or giving that to a needy person, or also you can give that to the you can give those clothes not by just throwing them away. You can give that in like NGOs or at places or to the needy people who require it. So that can also be used as a concept of happiness. So here we have 4 layers ready. And this is the 5th one. We can have another one probably.
Could I please request the participants to mute the microphone?
Thank you so much. So now we can build the roof. So I'll tell you an easy way to remember how to build it. So it's like when you place blocks here in this way, you can see like I'm placing it the concept like this. The blocks like this, and then I can start placing blocks just above the roof in this way. So that is like it will not fall because it's a block unless it's like a concrete a sand block or a concrete powder. I'll show you like if I use like a concrete powder block or a sand block. It also works like with gravel, but I'm just showing you a few things that might fall. So if you see now, it will end up falling because it's not a block, it's just like powder, that's it. So now we can cover this up. Okay, It kind of looks like a box to me, but that's okay. We can make changes to it and make it look better. Now we can add a few doors. So probably let's use a duck door. Now to open and close the door, same concept, right click. Just remember, if you have to place things, anything, open something, it's always right click. And when you have to remove something, it's always left click. So in 8 by 8 house, so we'll count till the fourth block. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll remove these 2 blocks by left clicking. Let's change this to this block. Now we can place a few doors. And that's how it will look like. This is looks like a box to me, but it will look good in the end, don't worry about that. Now we can kind of add a little bit lighting inside so that it looks good. So if I use glowstone, that will make it look better. You can also use torches, it's your wish. I always use this because that's what catches me up to a place. And you can use oak trapdoors. Now you see, this is how my door looks like, it opens and closes. My trapdoor is like a half of a door. So these are basically kind of used when you're using it for creating secret places, or it basically looks like drainage system. If I show you, you can see here's where water running. You can cover these glowstones up with oak trapdoors. I'm using a trapdoor because it's not a 2 block, it's just a single block, and you can't cover it up using doors. You'll obviously use half a door. So if you remember, if you forget what trapdoors are, you can remember it like half door, so that it'll make it look like a trapdoor. You can actually trap people, that's how it gets to trapdoor. So now we can add a place to sit. So we can go to stairs. We can make probably a living room sofa. I'm really sorry about that. And you can place flower pots here. So let's get a flower pot with a flower. And then place an upside down stair. Place a flower pot and a cornflower. Now, there's a concept that people always get confused how to place an upside down stair and a stair. So really, just focus right now on what I'm doing. Just see the black wavy line and the plus cursor. Now, if you see, if I focus that on the lower portion of the block, that's where I can get it placed as a straight stair. But now you see I'm taking the cursor upward. It automatically comes as an upside down stair. So it's simple to remember. If you focus on the lower portion straight, upper portion upside down. So I hope that's clear to you. Now we can also get a bed, probably blue, because we have blue flower. Next we can also place a few flower pots here with a flower inside it. And now you require the main things that are used in the house. Those are chests, crafting table.
Excuse me, please.
Yeah, please go on.
Yes,
I am Priyanshi.
who is there?
Yes.
Priyanshi.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Priyanshi. Priyanshi has raised her hand long back, but I thought.
I am
we
really
would
sorry
answer.
I couldn't see it because I was on the Minecraft screen.
Okay,
I
not an
wonder
issue.
that how that is this app available for mobile?
You don't have the education edition mobile. That's why I said it's only available for Mac, Chromebook, and Windows. It's not on your phone. It won't work there. Really sorry.
And how we will add a block if you want to add a new block?
A new block in the sense you can use from the inventory. You have dozens of blocks there.
So where did you get this window?
I'm really sorry. Which window?
This one means from where did you get this pop-up window?
Okay, this window you have to press the E key.
Okay.
That's how you get it. You're welcome.
This app is too good.
Sorry, can you repeat again?
This app is good.
Oh, thank you. It's actually, I agree with you. This is actually great. Okay, so let's continue. So this is like a chest, a crafting table, furnace, and a barrel. So when you place a chest like this, it becomes a large chest. That means you'll have double space. So chest is basically used to store things. So it might look funny, but I can actually store chests inside a chest. A good way of storing chests if I'm running out of chests. So probably this is used for storing things if you don't require them in your inventory, because at a time you can only store like 36 things. But if you want to like put them in the chest, you can use that again. You can put that in your chest and then grab the thing when you require it and use it. A crafting table is basically used in survival, but when you have to craft something like chemical formulas or like using potions, I mean like not potions, but like some oxides and all, so that's when you can use crafting. It can also be used like for creating shapes of firecrackers and different other things. But you don't need it in survival in creative because you have everything already with you. So next you have furnace is used for smelting some ores or cooking food. Now yeah, we just came on to food. So let's talk about more about like how happiness can be used in a food. Like you can actually build that amount of food that is required by not wasting it. So and by mistake, if you like build made more food and it's not required anymore, you should not throw it. You can give that to the people who require it. And also, we can use organic farming so that that food is good for our health. And we should actually avoid eating junk food and maintain healthy food eating habits. So that's how it's an advice for you when you're building. You can use happiness that's food friendly. Okay, so now we can actually build the floor because we have never seen anybody's floor made of grass. Probably we can use a different colored block, and if not that, you can use carpets. But today I'm thinking of using like a block. So I'm also telling you about carpets, but today let's use a block because I've been using carpets for a long time. Uh, so, like, do you want to suggest a color for the floor?
Um, okay, maybe wooden
Okay,
flooring.
you want wooden. So probably we can have spruce woods. It's wooden, and then we can start placing that. But before we go to that, I'm just quickly telling you about the carpets. Now, when you place the carpets, right clicking again, they might look like just an inch small, but if you see if I place a block above it, it starts floating in the air. You might find it like magic, but it's not like that because a carpet takes an entire space of an entire block. It might look small, but it takes the entire space. So when you're building the interior and you want to place carpets, I recommend you making the interior first and then place the carpet. Otherwise, you have to destroy uh, the interior and then replace carpets. You have to like destroy the carpets and then make the interior. So that'll be like not that'll take a lot of time. So first make the interior and then place the carpets. So like have a clear mindset of what you have to build and then start building it. So we can have wooden floor. It's a good advice, sir. I liked it. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
So we just quickly change the blocks. Sorry, this will be visible because it's an upside down stair. So we can actually change it like this. And you can also change like the blocks underneath the bed, but the bed will break. I think so. No, it won't. I broke it by mistake. We change it here and we change it here as well. There you go. And we can change these few remaining blocks. Okay, so kinda the interior is ready for like a survival starter house if you use that. And now we don't want the box, we want it to look like a house. So let's gather a few stairs wherein we can create a kind of roof. So it's pretty easy to create. You just go on to one side, you place a layer of stairs, go on the other side and place a layer of stairs. This is how it will look like when you see it from here, like two horns going up like that. But if you have to create it like a triangle, what you have to do is you have to ascend one block by one. Because when you see like you have houses, it goes like up, 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 up. So you place a layer of blocks next to it and next to it as well. And now you have to place the stairs upon this block. So you can see it's ascending up now, like this. And then you keep on doing it until it's ready. And if you think of creating it the roof like this, I recommend you to create like the house having even blocks on each side. Or you can also like actually create it at the end. You can change it at the end, but if you want to create it simple, then you can use even blocks. Else you can use slabs to cover it up. Now we have the last. And on the other side. And we can place the quartz stairs on one side and on the other. So it's kind of ready now. To make it look real, you can actually extend the stairs by one, so it doesn't look like it's just built. You can also set it on the other side. It won't fall, like I told you, it's a fully made block. No block falls unless it's a concrete powder, sand or gravel, or like any other kind of block that looks like powder to you. And then we can give a real look to it by adding upside down stairs. So when you place stairs from a lower direction, it automatically comes up as an upside down stair because you can't place it straight when you're looking like from a lower direction.
Ma'am?
Yes, please don't call me ma'am. You can call me my name, that's okay.
Dhruv, you can ask the question.
Ma'am, I want to ask you that now I'm very interested to know more about Minecraft education edition, and I also want to create the world like this to create happiness. So, can you share the video of this meeting?
Actually,
So that
I don't think it's getting
later I can
recorded.
also watch it later.
Yes,
Okay,
Dhruv.
I'll just tell you. So can I share my YouTube channel with them if that's fine?
Yes, yes, sure, not an issue. Actually, share in the chat box as well with me so that I can, put it in the WhatsApp group so that they can easily have the access. And Dhruv, I'm going to share the recording of this session with you all. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so if you go to my YouTube channel that's called Technocrat NJ, you will find lots of Minecraft lessons in that. And also if you go to my website namiajoshi.com, you can download lessons free from there. It's like you go to the community. I'll just show you just a second. I hope so. Is my screen visible to you?
Yes, it is. It is.
I'll just quickly go to my website. If you want to get like some like ideas of how you want to create the world, you just go to namiajoshi.com. Simple to remember. You go to community and you have lessons. So I'm posting more. It'll like come in a little span of time. For now, I have a few lessons that I have it here. It's like it directs you to a Wakelet, and in that Wakelet, I have sorted lessons. It's just loading just a second. I have several lessons for now. I have created more, but I have put a little bit of them right now. Just a second. Yeah. So you can see like I have Egyptian civilization, creative writing, French lessons, types of houses, every dog counts, like saving water. So now like we came to water. I have something else in my mind like as an advice. So here in like you can use we use water in ROs. We can actually use like the wastewater, boil it up, and that can also be used for drinking. And then you have probably that water can be used for cleaning the floors, washing the cars, giving that water to the plants. So when you view this world, every drop counts. You'll find like different ways of how you can include water in happiness. Like I told you a few of the things right now. When you check out this world, you'll get more ideas. And then I also have like respiratory system and cybersecurity. And also like on my YouTube channel Technocrat MJ, I just put that in the chat box. That's where you can get more ideas about how you can create worlds. Is that fine?
Yes, yes, totally.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Just a second. Yeah. We're done building this. Now let's actually place a few more things. So I'll quickly grab them. So we have saplings, bone meal, water, and slate. Poster, board, NPC. So that's all we have to do for now. So like we have now saplings, so we can actually just right click on the ground and then you use the bone meal. It is like a fertilizer. You right click and it grows instantly into a tree. So if I talk about like trees now, we can plant more trees for saving the nature and preserving it actually more, because like the pollution level that the humans cause, it's like rising a lot these days. And also we should avoid cutting trees, but if it's very necessary, you can like the tree that you cut, you can place a new sapling at that point. And like on birthdays, I have seen people doing this, even like my friend. You should like instead of like spending too much money on celebrating your birthday in lavish places, you can actually plant trees and do something that you can do for saving your nature, because you can like do the lavish things as well, but you need to survive in this world and also save the nature for the upcoming generation. So for that you can plant trees. Also give out a sapling free to your friends as a return gift on your birthday. Because that's what my friend did once, and that like motivated me to do that as well on my birthday. So in this way you can save trees and plant more trees for the nature. Because they give you oxygen and you require that to live. So you should do something for the trees as well. And then you have water. So we just talked about how water can be used, and then just left click, destroy a few blocks, and then you can, by right clicking, place the water in here. Just a second, I'll find something. Yeah. Then you have slates. So there's a difference between like slates, posters, and a board. It might look similar, but a slate is just like a single block. Posters is made up of like 2 slates together, and a board is probably like 6 slates together. So if you have to write like a big information, you could use a board. If you have to write like a smaller but a little bit more that you require, you can use a poster. A slate is just like, hello there, this is my world. That's it. You can't like put more things in that. But a more informative way to make your world look real is using NPCs. Just a second. So, when you place, this is basically, okay, somebody had it out.
No, it was me. I thought you just asked anything or something. Okay, go on, Namya.
Yes, sir, please go on, you have any doubt.
No, I don't have any doubts.
Okay.
I thought you called me, and that's why I said yes.
Okay, so I was actually talking about NPCs. Okay, so NPCs are non-player character. So the meaning is clear. It does not play any world. It's just a lifeless person. Just tells you the message and its work is done. But you have 7 mods that can make them move around, but like not do anything that can destroy the world. So it just like do this every time, like bow to you, and it's to be like crossing arms and bowing to you every time. So when you right click upon it, you can see you can give it a name. Um, so any name you would like to give it to the NPC?
Happiness ambassadors.
Great. Happiness. I'm really sorry about that.
Ambassador.
Yeah, just a second, I'm just stating that. It's causing a problem, I'm not able to write it. Second, I think this is a problem.
Okay, let it be.
Yeah, I'll just do that. I'll just edit the dialogue for now. So we can give like a dialogue here. Probably like I'm happiness ambassador. I like to do this for saving my environment, where everybody can live a peaceful life by doing good deeds, being a pure human soul, and you can talk about different concepts that I just told you today. I mean, advice that I told you today that you can add in your world, and that can make it look beautiful, and also that can give out your message easily, because you can see it's like the person is actually speaking out the concern and not just writing down on the board. So that looks good. And you also have like the appearance of the NPC. So you have lots of things that you can change. You want it to be a robot, you can give it like a scientist appearance. This is basically like a soldier. Next is advanced settings. So I'll only talk about URL. Command will be like a little bit harder for you now. URL is like I want to give the URL out of education.minecraft.net. So I come here, I give the URL, and I can give like learn or like click here. And then I add the command. So you see when I edit the dialog, I click here, it takes me to this website, and then I can view it. So I hope the NPC is clear to you. I hope there's no doubt.
There were few hands raised, but I didn't interrupt you. Deepti Trivedi ji, do you have any doubt? You have raised your hand. Deepti ji, are you there? You raised your hand. And Kanishka.
And so I actually have like a word to show that can actually tell more them about happiness. Is that fine if I can show that word?
Yes. Not
Thank you. Is screen visible to you?
Yes.
You can see my screen? Yeah, I just stopped sharing just a second.
Yes. We stopped. Yes, Kanishka and Rutuj, you have doubts, you have raised your hands. Just let Namya show her word, and then we will have a Q&A session. Okay?
Okay. So, see, like if I hit an animal, now, I don't want to do it, but see, I hit the animal. So that's why like you should be kind to the animals, and you shouldn't like kill them because people eat the animals. I won't say like you shouldn't. It's like for your own nutrition, but I don't, because I believe that the thing has a life that has been given to it, and you have no right to not no right, but it's not good to take something's life. And probably if you are at the animal space, and some hunters and all come to kill you because they want to eat you. So how would you feel? So that's where then kindness and being to the animals counts, wherein both of them can live happy in harmony. So we had the Minecraft Global Bit Challenge this year. I hosted the world. Just posted.
Sir.
Yes.
Yes, who is there?
Sir, what if the animal? Sir, if we don't stop killing the animal, is the world would be overpopulated with animals?
Yeah, I actually agree on you with that. But see, they also have a lifespan. They also keep on, because It's not like our job to kill the animals because they die themselves when their life is like about to end. Because everything has been like planned. That's when the day it's supposed to be born and when it's supposed to die. So like even like the death of animals is good for us in a way wherein it can be used like it goes in the nature. If you heard about like scavengers, they feed on the faces of animals and that goes back in the nature. So when we kill those animals, it is not going back in the nature. We're just killing it and eating it up. So when it naturally dies its death, it is not like eaten by because animals don't eat dead animals. So those are like eaten by the scavengers and that goes back in the nature. So they die naturally. It's not like our job to kill them because when we kill them, we're causing a harm to the nature because it's not going back for where it started. So I recommend like to let it die on its own without we killing it.
But what if the life is like, the life of the animal is like long?
It's not possible.
See, Kana, even the earth is now overpopulated with human beings.
Yeah, do you want to kill human beings?
So this is not the way to control or to monitor
Yeah.
the number of lives on earth. So each of the life has its own lifespan, and the nature has designed it in such a way that nothing is everything is in harmony. So we are nobody to disturb the harmony, and we are nobody to have the control. So live and let live is the basic
Yes.
principle that we should all follow, and it's the personal choice that whether you want to be whatever you want to eat. That's totally your personal choice. She's just suggesting. Okay.
Yeah. And also, like, kind of, if you think about like in a different way, just keep when you have something in your mind, just keep yourself at the other things perspective. Like things like an animal, you want to be killed like by a human just for letting the person eat you, or you want to be killed like you can cause a change wherein the nature can be used. It starts the cycle again. So if you think about that way, you'll understand it better. Okay, so are you able to see my screen now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I'll just open the world and show it to you. So this is how we can have harmony between animals and humans, and how these two species can survive together in peace, wherein animals can do whatever they want and humans can live their life peacefully, so can animals. So it's just loading. I'll show you what our team built. Like I had two of my friends, we built this world together by sharing our thoughts. So I thought of like sharing this with you as well. Just a second. Sure. So we called it like Let's Harmonize. So the world is Let's Harmonize and it's in Harmony Minecraft world. So it starts basically of how we can use harmony in Minecraft in animals and humans' life. So the first thing is like let's start here. We can move ahead. So the first idea that we came up with was planting trees, at least like two trees next to each and every house where the animals living on trees can have a space to live and not like come in the houses sometimes because so that they can live peacefully and humans can live peacefully, and also that's going to benefit us. We can have fresh environment around us with less pollution. And also if you see like this year we've seen animals walking on the roads. We also like saw reindeers in like Delhi. I think that's what I saw on the news. So like humans sitting in the houses and animals on the street. So that's what wherein we can have a better thing is we can create like some barriers for animals to not come on the streets. And it's not like we are stopping them, we are helping them in a way because that causes road accidents. If you might have seen like that mostly with dogs because those dogs, innocent dogs, die because they just bump into the cars. But if you have those barriers in between, humans can pass them, but not the animals. So that Nor are the humans like dying due to car accidents, nor the animals. They can live peacefully, so can the humans. And like we have a supervisor who is taking out these barriers. Then we have extinction centers. Yeah, go on.
I am Dhatri Trivedi and I wanted to ask you the difference between simple Minecraft edition and this education edition. Is this paid or for free?
Dhatri, sorry to interrupt.
This
Sorry
is
to interrupt.
actually like you get this for free when you're using it with your education, like the Microsoft Office 365 ID, which you're using now for Teams. If you have that, you can use that in Minecraft Education Edition. If you don't have that, then it is paid. And the simple education, the simple edition, like I use Java. If you see it here, this is like the Java edition. So that is also paid. It costs around 2,500 or something like that. I don't know. Actually don't know how much it costs, around like that. So that's like basically used for survival gaming. So when I'm using that for like using that for survival gaming, so that's where I use Java because it has more building features than the Education Edition. But when I have to create lessons, that's where I use Education Edition because you won't find code builder in the Minecraft Java, nor would you find the chemistry update, nor would you find some lessons in it. You just have to import everything. But when you have to use like for gaming, that's when I prefer Java over Education Edition. But I mostly use Education Edition because I create lessons around SDG goals. I create lessons around the lessons that we study. So Java is just like when I have to play for fun or have to create something where there's more involvement in Redstone or in build structures. So that's what is the main difference. And like you can create big servers in Java, call people around, but in education it's just like a few people can play on your Minecraft world and just involve them in the world. And that server is long lasting, but that is just like till the time you host the world. I hope I answered your question, or you wanna ask something else?
No, my doubt is clear.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So
Kind request to all the participants, please let her finish up showing the world, and then we will have a Q&A. Okay.
okay, thank you, sir. So this is like lend a hand to stop extinction. So we actually created extinction centers. So like there was an option of choosing the biome, like plains, deserts and all. So we chose plains because people actually live more in plains than any other place. So that's we can actually find bees and bats in that area. So we thought about bees. So help us conserve bees. Bees refrain from using pesticides on your plants. In return, they will grow your garden. They will help you to grow your garden, and it will blossom. They also give you honey in return. Not to forget about that. Help us conserve bats. Please refrain from killing them if they're found in your house. In return, they will eat the insects, and you will find no need for the pesticides. Then you have another thing. Next are these education centers. In the education centers, we have basically the information about how animals and humans can live peacefully. So this basically talks more about forest fires. So reduction of campfires and bonfires can help in reduction of forest fires. So that's how they can live peacefully. Here comes the concept of happiness as well. Because harmony is also happiness. So it's not like harmony is living peacefully with a gloomy face. You can also have happiness when you're living in harmony. You can control the usage of firehawks that can help in controlling forest fires. Then you have like cleaning the dry leaves can also cause reduction of forest fires because that's what causes like lightning strikes can cause forest fires because of the dry leaves. Then you have like usage of windmills, which is also one of the solutions that we provided. I'll be showing that to you. That is basically using green energy so that there's like less global warming. Also using biogas instead of LPGs. Next, we also created like a rescue center for the animals, wherein I just showed it to you from a top view. wherein the animals which have like wounds are brought in the animal center, where they have the kind of surrounding that they live in, not like hospitals, so that they can be treated and then they're sent back to the place where they found with in their clans and wherever they were living. So I'll show you a few of them. Like we have for each and everything. Like this is for chicken. So we have a chicken surrounding. We have cows, so on, and also like those animals are treated well. We have like pet caretakers that take well care of these animals. Like this as a solution, that's not like a real life. Like it can be about in real life, but we just provide a solution so that we can cause a change that can create ripples and that can be brought into reality as well. Also, if you talk about like birds, we didn't create like a thing that's closed because they have the liberty to fly, but like they are having issues right now to move around because they are not well, so they would not. But when they want, they can go on their own. We don't like have to control the lives. We can bring them here if they are not well. The animals can be treated and then they can fly off whenever they want. Next is one of like the main thing that's Let's Harmonize. I'll read this out to you. So like welcome to Let's Harmonize. And we can bring animals to the rescue center so that they can go back to their clan which was already there. Most importantly, it's not at all like a zoo. So these are animals living here free life. We have cottages, so animals and humans can live together and animals are allowed to move around freely. You can see it's like a fully area that looks like a wildlife sanctuary, but our humans are actually supposed to not harm the animals, or not look at them like taking pictures and like doing the things because they're allowed to move around. And herein they can learn to be empathetic towards the animals, also learn empathy for happiness. So I'm trying to involve the concepts for you so that you can use that in your world. That's how it looks like. And next is making bee farms. So like I talked about just a second, like I talked about like how bees can help you. So this is like a bee farm. Um, like we can use centers, like not centers but like areas for bats because they help in the biodiversity, maintaining biodiversity around the world. Afforestation, I don't even explain that because that's what we require. Here comes the green energy that can be used, the windmills that can be used for generating green energy, but not that can cause a reduction of global warming. Also, drip irrigation that can be used for irrigation and using not burning the you might have heard about like stubble burning. It's like in areas of like upstate in India, Punjab. Mostly it's in that areas because that causes like lots of problems for breathing and people having respiratory issues. So stubble burning can be reduced when we use that again as a compost. That in a compost that can be used to create manure. That manure can be used in the soil again for regrowing the plants. Also, that compost can be used by burning, but it can be used to generate electricity that can be used in the houses. So everything can be like used, but not just burning and throwing it out, but causing thing to work positively instead of causing a negative impact. And also, this is a thing that we created, like using inclined planes for carrying the load instead of burdening the animals to carry the load for us. It is also a good thing for humans because it's automatic. Goes up, goes down to the screw, a screw structure, and then goes down to the miners below. The miners get the thing, they put that in the cart, goes back up, goes down to the inclined plane, and the work is done. And also, I would recommend you to involve SDG goals in your world. Like food, we get to the goal number 3, good health and well-being. Food, no poverty. Saving water, life on land, life underwater. So you can use the like also SDG goal number 4, most important, quality education. That's wherein I would recommend you to involve your world around that is having equity education for everybody. So I try to involve SDG goal number 4 in each and every word that I make because that's what I like mostly believe in when I create the world. So here is what we used it like SDG4 quality education. Um, sorry, I was using the arrow key. SDG12 responsible consumption and production. Climate action, you can use that as well. It doesn't matter like if you're using all SDGs also, you're creating an impact, and it doesn't matter if you use one. At least if the thing is good for the environment around you, you can use and try to involve that in the SDG so that because people know about it, they don't want to actually just see what you created, they want to learn from it. So that's when you can like try to involve that, like probably life on land. So we use life on land in this world because we believe that how we used happiness around the world having a life on land. And we use quality education because we believe in equity education. So we can have strong statements by putting that around the SDG goals. So that's why I involved them because it becomes clearer to understand the why was the world created and what was the need of the world. So I hope you understood like how basically we created this world. You please feel free to ask any doubts you have or any suggestions you want like to ask about what you want to create. Please feel to ask anything. I would love to answer.
Okay, thank you so much, Namia, for this wonderful presentation. Actually,
Thank you.
Minecraft, as she told, you can use Minecraft either for just fun, and or it can be, a way to find the solutions. Whatever problems there are in the world right now, you can be a part of that solutions. You can find those solutions. If you are not able to, just practice those solutions, you can build your own words, and afterwards you can just pass it to other persons to have a look. So Namia, here are some questions that I would like to ask you.
Sure.
Does it have Ender Dragon?
Yeah, you have the end world in this.
Okay.
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
You just know how to build the end portal and you have the Ender Dragon.
Okay. So does the Minecraft Education Edition have modes like adventure, creative, and survival?
Yes, it has. But when you build the world, like started as like the game settings, that's we just have survival and creative. So are you able to see my screen?
Not
Ma'am, I
now.
have a question.
You go to the settings. You just have like personal game mode. You have default, survival, creative, adventure. You don't have hardcore in this. I'm very sorry about that. You won't like use hardcore, but in this you just have survival, creative, and adventure and default. I know how it feels like not having hardcore, but if you're gonna play it, you can go to Java for that.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yeah, please go on. Please don't call me ma'am. It feels weird.
Dhruv, she is only
I'm just 14 years
grade,
old. I'm not a
eighth grade
ma'am.
standard. So she's like all of you.
You can
She's
call me by name.
one of you. So just call her by her name, Namia.
Okay, sir. So Namya, I just searched the Minecraft Education Edition,
Yeah.
and then I found that it only gave us trial. It gave us trial.
Yeah,
So
you
that
have to sign in, and when you sign in with your Office 65 ID, you can use that as a free word. So, like, is the school providing them the education edition IDs?
Actually, Namia, my school doesn't have the Office 365 IDs,
Okay.
and I had shared with them the trial one were IDs, but now it's expired, and I'm again
So, I
trying
think
to
then it
get it.
has to be bought. It's
Yes,
paid then.
yes, it's paid, and I'm trying to reach out to them whether I can get a free version for my school.
Yes.
So once I
Because,
get
like,
it,
there are some people who provide their XP for free, so those
yes,
can be used as, like, the many accounts have been provided as free. So then those can be used.
yes, I'm looking forward to do that.
Sure, sir.
Okay, so
okay, ma'am.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Namya. Thank you.
You're
okay,
welcome.
so anybody else? If nobody has a question, then I want to
Yes.
ask.
I think
Okay.
somebody has a question. I'm
Yes,
not
yes,
sure.
yes. Please.
So, hi Namya, I am Paras Pradeep Blum.
Hi.
So, I am also using Minecraft Java Edition to play.
Yeah.
So I want to permission to show my world if it is possible.
Sure,
Please.
I would love to see. I love seeing worlds. I'll stop sharing.
Oh, I'll share.
Meanwhile, Nami, I would like to also share with the students how Minecraft is your passion. So you are doing like you are going out of the way to follow your passion with Minecraft. You are doing a lot of things. So how do you manage between passion and studies? Now, Monica ji told me that you have a particular slot of time whether you where you just look for the all the messages and all, and you have particular time slot for your study. So how do you manage? Because yesterday only one of my parents called me and told that the student is playing the game Minecraft game throughout the day. So just advise him. So yesterday I told him that today Namya is there and just listen to her, and now the same student is presenting the screen with you. So please kindly
Okay.
please kindly share the tips, how to balance between all these things.
Sure. So what I do is I actually like in the beginning of the pandemic, I created a timetable for myself. It's like in the cupboard right now. Would have shown it to you. So it's like my time slots are ready. Like I had my online classes. It was like 2, 3. Now I have like at a stretch. But now like the exams are over, so probably I might be going to school. So it's like basically I get up. I have to like my morning routine exercises, and I have like my checklist in which I'm supposed to like write all the tasks I'm supposed to do for the day. And according like to the timetable, I used to follow it like this is the time after it's supposed to do this, and then the day ends. But then I like found it like a little bit boring. So what I did was I then started using checklists. That was the task I'm supposed to do for the day while enjoying the activity that I do, like reading, Mm. Writing my own book, or probably like playing Minecraft, building some worlds, doing other project work like for my podcast, and like creating some content for YouTube and certain other things like that. And I would not recommend you for like playing Minecraft for the entire day. That'll like cause you have eyesight problems, and also you won't be able to make mostly focus on your studies. So you can plan time like at the time you want to play. I would never say don't play Minecraft. I wouldn't even say to myself because I am personally a Minecraft lover. So you like manage the time, do your work first, and just tell like when you'll be satisfied that okay, I have no work to do and now I'm free, and then I can start playing Minecraft. So like for like talk about passion, like Minecraft is my passion. So I like do my work first that is supposed to be done, and then I can start working upon it. So like I think about the work I'm supposed to do. I rediscover it like from where I'm supposed to start and end it, and then I consider making a to-do list that I just told you, and I give it time, like to what time I'm supposed to complete the work, so that I don't like spend the entire day doing it, and then it is done. So, like person who says this field, I would recommend you actually to do both things. Don't play Minecraft for the entire day because that like bore you as well. I think like you should actually work as well. Do other things and play Minecraft. There's no harm in that.
Okay.
Excuse me,
So
please.
Yes, sure. I'll do that. All things you tell.
Now you're showing your world. I would love to see what you've made. Please go on.
and the request for I'll request all the participants to please put your doubts and questions in the chat box so that I can access that, and there won't be any chows.
And
Okay,
also,
Paras.
like, if you want to contact me, and if you have like anything you want to ask, if you go on my website, in my website, that there'll be a bar above where you can find all like my handles. I'm not active at all on Instagram; it's just an handle. I'm like mostly active on LinkedIn and Twitter, so that's where you can contact me, and also my YouTube channel. So I just wanted to say, if you have any doubts, you can contact me there.
Okay, Paras, are you sharing your screen?
Yeah, I think
Yes,
you.
sir. Did you see my screen?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
I
yeah,
can
I'm
see.
seeing it.
Okay. So I made this world my survival. So to
Wow,
show, I
I
switched
love
the
this
scene
picture.
spectator to show it properly.
Okay.
So first, I made this world like house,
Yeah, this is a great.
living area. This is bedroom, and this is for theory, chemistry, means
So like you've been using Java for how long?
around 2 to 3 months.
Okay, so do you know like about like speedrunners and hunters?
Yes, yes, yes.
Do you do that with your friends?
No, not right now because no one has that Minecraft to
Okay,
play.
okay.
Eh,
When I played survival, that's what I would like love to do. And your building structures are amazing. I like it.
Yes, I made this ship.
Okay.
Actually, when our sir is teaching us the story of Titanic,
Yeah,
I
Wow.
think
that's
that
Paras?
creative. Like having a
yeah,
house on a ship,
make
that's
this
very
ship.
creative.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Paras, you
made
you never
storage.
told me. Paras, you never told me that you are doing all these things. Huh? Wow.
It's great. I love it.
Also. Then I made this short panda lines of for the pandas.